Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. So in this video I'm going to be meal prepping a breakfast, lunch, and dinner for this week. I'm going to be starting out with some breakfast bowls. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is making some tempeh bacon. So the best way I've found to cook the tempeh bacon is to marinate it first while it's cooking. So I just combine some water, soy sauce, liquid smoke, and maple syrup. And then you just want to bring that to a boil with the tempeh in strips, and once it absorbs all of that liquid, then you're going to let it pan fry for a little bit until it's nice and golden brown. The next element I'm going to be prepping is my veggie mix, so I'm just going to lightly spray my pan and add some frozen hash brown potatoes. I'm also going to be adding some cauliflower and broccoli rice, and I'm just going to cook that all together with some salt and pepper until it's fully cooked through. I kind of like to smush it onto the bottom of the pan and let it sit for like 10 to 15 minutes so that it could crisp up a little bit. Once all the different elements are finished cooking, I just like to take my meal prep containers and I like to divvy out my veggie potato portion first. I'm going to top that with a handful of fresh spinach. I like to add the spinach in fresh because when I microwave this in the morning, it will just wilt a little bit and then it'll be the perfect texture. And then I divvy out my tempeh bacon, and then when you go to make this in the morning, you could just add whatever sauce you like. The next thing I'm going to be prepping for lunches is a pinto bean soup. So this is really similar to my black bean soup that I make, but I'm just going to be using pinto beans. So as you saw, I added an onion and a jar of pico de gallo salsa. So this entire soup recipe calls for about 6 cans of pinto beans. So I like to add 4 cans into the crock pot, and then the other 2 cans I like to add after I've blended everything together. So I'm also going to be adding some salsa verde, green chilies, broth powder, and cumin and a couple spices. And then I'm going to let this cook on high for a couple hours, puree everything together, and then add some of the pinto beans back in there. And that's just a texture preference. If you prefer a more blended soup, you don't have to add the extra pinto beans back in at the end. The last meal I'm going to be prepping is egg roll in a bowl, and I'm going to be prepping this for my freezer. So the first thing I'm going to do is just flavor some tempeh. So I do this pretty much the same way as I do the tempeh bacon, only I don't add the maple syrup and I add a little bit of ginger, and I'm going to crumble the tempeh this time instead of slicing it. But you want to cook it the same way until all the liquid is absorbed, and then just brown it in the pan for a little bit. And to make the veggie mix for this, I'm just going to lightly spray my pan, add some onion, garlic, ginger, and then cabbage and shredded carrots. And you just let that cook until everything is nice and soft, and then you just add some soy sauce and whatever other Asian egg roll seasonings that you would like to add. And then what I do is I put this in a big freezer bag, and I individually freeze the tempeh in a small little bag, and then I like to serve this over rice. So I hope you guys enjoyed these 3 really easy meal prep recipes. Let me know what you would like to see in the future. Thanks so much for watching. Bye guys.